Hello, I'm Rod Raglan. This is Not Your Friend, Not Your Family Book Reviews. Book reviews without a conflict of interest. This is part 7 on how I came to write my novels. It is about my 7th book, The Local Rag. I'm hoping you might pick up some marketing insights, mostly what doesn't work, writing tips about themes and motivations, and empathy from someone who is traveling the same road and has likely had less success than you. In The Local Rag, I put everything I know into a book launch and achieved virtually nothing. The Local Rag was my first go at fiction, a long, long time ago. At the time, I was full of hubris, and upon completion quickly sent it to a local publisher. I don't even remember revising it. It just so happened it landed on the desk of an editor who recognized my name as the publisher and editor of 5 community newspapers, as well as being an aspiring politician. Rather than shred it, she took the time to line edit the first chapter. Suffice to say, there was so much blue pencil that obscured the original manuscript. I quickly hid this embarrassment in the back of my filing cabinet and would have forgotten about it except for her comment that there's a good story in here somewhere. I thought so too. All I needed to do was learn how to write it. With the demise of so many reputable media outlets and the rise of just as many disreputable ones, I've been thinking about writing a novel with a media theme. I wanted to investigate citizen journalism, the influence of social media and digital technology on my profession. Why not have a protagonist, a publisher and a journalist who is struggling to keep his professional integrity while confronted with technological and financial challenges? Hey, that's what The Local Rag is about, and maybe I know enough now about the craft that I can write it. I dug it out, sucked it up, and read it. Wow, was it bad. But as the editor had said, there indeed was a story in there, and it was the one I wanted to tell. It's quite interesting that as you become a better writer, you write simpler. New writers and bad writers use way too many words. I cut about 40% of the novel and then set about layering in characterization, motivation, and honing the plot line. I also needed to bring it up to date technologically, and to do that I researched successful online newspapers. It was fun. It was exciting, and a side benefit was I learned how to put the last of my community newspapers that I still publish online. Here's the gist of the story. Do you believe in everything you read in the newspapers? Jim Mitchell doesn't. He's a journalist and the publisher and editor of a community newspaper, The Sentinel. He gave up a career with big media because he couldn't justify their choice of what to cover, couldn't tolerate what they edited from his stories, and would not be implicit in misleading the public to benefit some hidden corporate agenda. When he bought The Sentinel, he thought all that would end. Being the owner of The Local Rag, he could select the stories, edit the copy, and make sure the interests of the community were served. He would print the truth, no slant, no spin, no bias, and he'd make a living doing it. He was wrong. Right from the beginning, Jim's brand of reportage rankles some of the powerful people who pay his bills. Then there's the new competitor, a multinational media conglomerate that's expanding its generic community newspaper format into the Sentinel's market area. Soon it's a struggle for the Sentinel to make a profit and for Jim to keep true to his uncompromising ethic. When his best friend, Anthony Rivero, decides to run for mayor, Jim's hopeful he'll see an honest politician. Hope turns to dismay as Jim watches the quest for power turn a good man bad. Tony's campaign tests Jim's professional objectivity and personal integrity. When Jim confronts his friend with damaging information that would end the run for public office, he finds out just how far Tony's prepared to go to win the mayor's seat, farther than he could have ever imagined. This being my 7th novel, I've tried everything the so-called experts insist makes for a successful book launch. Beginning in October, the local rag was available for pre-order, and entered in Kindle Scout, where readers could nominate it. I did a direct mail campaign with free advance reading copies of the ebook attached to over 200 people who had expressed interest in my work. I ran giveaways on Goodreads, Booklights, and Library Thing, and enrolled in Amazon's Kindle Select so I could take advantage of their 5 days where the local rag was available free. I promoted all this on Twitter and Facebook and sent 2 follow-up messages to my email list. So far, I've given away about 400 ebook editions, and the net result has been 1 sale, I think. I find Amazon's royalty rewards are challenging to understand, and I've got 8 reviews, all of them flattering. I'm here to tell you, despite what the book marketing, book launch scammers tell you, none of their surefire techniques and gimmicks has worked yet, at least for me. The only upside, if you can call it that, is I'm able to do all this marketing at my own, so it hasn't cost me any money. I have 2 more Amazon free days left, and I'm currently in the process of sending out ebooks and 2 paperbacks to winners of my giveaways, so there could still be a few more reviews trickling in. Not like it will make a difference. Even for a guy who loves to write, this is getting a bit frustrating. By the way, this is not a commercial site. I'm not interested in accumulating likes or subscribers to influence advertisers or to get free books or whatever. But I am interested in your comments. What motivates you to write? Perhaps it's what Nietzsche said. Art is a proper task in life. Thanks.